I am Adar Aviel. I'm your host for this evening. I would like to thank you all for applying and getting this far. It has been a long, bumpy road. We started with more than 400 applicants for the TLV Startup Challenge, continue with 80 of the best startups in the country for the semi-finals. And here we are at the final stretch with 8 finalists. Each one of you is the best in your field, standing here, not just because we believed in you, but 80 of the best judges shared our view. I would like to thank our judges for taking part in these finals and choosing which of these finalists will be going to the Silicon Valley and be accepted into the Plug and Play Accelerator, as well as received $10,000 in professional services. In our panel, you will find our judges, Carolina Koz, Minister of Industrials, Energy and Miner, Uruguay Government. Thank you. James A. Pearson, Chief Communication Officer at Membit Inc. Kelman Comanche, Director of Product at Prezi. Elad Ben-Baji, CEO at Excellent Neswa Bwakowicz. Ofer Charouvi, VP Strategic at IAI. Ariel Asela, CEO at Capsula. Miki Barnea, Managing Partner at Barnea & Co. Alon Pastor, Chief Strategy Officer at Tabtel. Eyal Shimoni, VP Technology at Strauss Group. And Moti Pe'er, CEO at Blonde 2.0. And Amos Talmor, founder at Lighthouse Workspace and a Hub. Before we begin, I would like to invite Itai Ben-Ziv, CEO of Tel Aviv Stock Exchange, to say his opening remarks. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. I have to tell you, just to see how many SMS I got in the last 3 days showed me, how remarkable event Startau were able to build. We at Tel Aviv Stock Exchange are absolutely delighted to host this event for the second consecutive time. We think that, if I look at the theme of, Israel being a global hub, this is something that we completely agree with it. In our strategic plan, we actually want to see how we, the stock exchange, can have better relationship with the high-tech community in Israel, how we can get a better dialogue with all of the promising startups that we have in Israel, to make sure that in the right point in time, when those companies are at the right stage to go public, they will choose us and they will not go to other markets. We think that Israel creates a unique opportunity, having so many entrepreneurs, innovation, promising young people and that all the time keep thinking of how to come up with new ideas. That helps to have a strong economy. It's something that is extremely important when you want to see in the future and have every company wants to see its growth engine for the future. The same applies for countries. There's no doubt that for the state of Israel, the high-tech and the startup nation is something which is crucial for the growing of the states of Israel. And I think that what Startau has been doing, it's absolutely amazing. We are very happy that the annual event is taking place here as well. And I'm sure that, all of the 8 finalists are extremely talented, and let the best men, women wins. Thank you very much.
And now to the moment we've all been waiting for, the competition. I would like to invite our first startup, Fly Money. Fly Money helps travelers pay abroad safely and with great cost. Good luck.
Hey fellas, my name is Tal. I'm CEO and co-founder of Fly Money. And this idea actually started from my students. I was a lecturer for finance in the College for Management in Rishon LeZion when 3 of my students reached out to me and told me, Tal, we're going to India in a couple of weeks. Where's the best place to get your Indian rupee from? I told them, what? And they said, yes, you should go to the post office, maybe exchange at your bank, withdraw from an ATM. Do they even accept credit cards in India? And then I understood that currency exchange for travelers sucks. You pay way too much, you stand in too many lines, and there is zero transparency within this market. And actually, cash is the way that many people around the globe pay when they are abroad. All the emerging markets still pay in cash when they're traveling abroad because they don't have all these mobile wallets and prepaid cards that they use domestically. But travel brands all around the globe, they didn't yet sell that. And they sell everything through travel aggregators. Amadeus does that for flights. And Hotel Beds and Turico does that for hotels. CarTrawler aggregates all the car rentals, but there is no one for currency. And that's what Fly Money is. We are an aggregator for currency solutions all around the globe. Collect your money at the airport, home delivered prepaid card, or from an ATM. We are just in the middle between all the travel brands and banks that wish to offer currency to all currency providers all around the globe. And we do everything. We handle regulation, legal, technology, user experience, and everything else in order to provide this amazing, amazing product that we are integrating within travel websites which are offering currency to their travelers. So far, we have integrated with many travel brands all around the globe and currency providers that actually gave us access to local stores of currency in 56 different airports all around the globe. We have exchanged more than $2.5 million so far with average transaction of almost $600. And what's really remarkable here is the conversion rate, which is 5 times higher than industry standard in the travel industry. Currency exchange market for travelers is huge. Around 1/3 of that is still in cash. And we have a lot of competitors, but actually what we do is just aggregating them all into this amazing solution that we currently have. Our vision is to become the world's largest currency exchange aggregator for travelers all around the globe and to lower the cost for travelers to bid on currency exchange deals. Team is amazing. Everyone has more than 10 years of experience in this field, and we raised $550,000 and now looking for $2 million round to close that. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Oren Fierst, and I'm the founder of EcoFusion. We're the first clinically validated application that is measuring your stress in the most accurate fashion and provide you with personalized breathing instructions in order to reduce that stress. So why stress? So I faced stress a lot. As being a founder of 10 companies, I faced a lot of stress when I'm facing my students, former faculty at Columbia and Yale School of Management, and with my partner, Professor Steve Kaplan from Mount Sinai, we're facing a lot of stress among patients, among students, among doctors, and so on. So it's a huge market. In fact, people are estimating it between $120 billion to $190 billion a year in the US alone. About 1/3 of the population is suffering from chronic stress. 65% of the office visits, the doctor's office visits in the United States are attributed to stress. So we're looking at a huge market with a huge economic burden. What are people doing? Either they revert to unhealthy behavior, drinking, smoking, or they revert to more healthier versions. Medications, therapy, yoga meditations, all of them are effective to some degree. Some of them would have side effects, and none of them is providing you with real-time feedback about the effectiveness of the treatment itself. So we created a mechanism that is accurately measuring your stress in a real-time fashion using your phone's camera only and providing you with breathing instructions in order to give you the most time-efficient way of reducing stress. It's an app, so it's highly scalable, side effect-free. Just to give some snapshots of the program, you place your finger on the camera, the phone's camera, and within 1 minute you get a reading of the stress level. In this case, 55%, which is slightly elevated stress. Then you start to receive breathing instructions that are following, and you have to follow the ball by inhaling, holding your breath, and exhaling in a very time-efficient way. In fact, we provide you, using machine learning algorithms, we provide you with a personalized breathing pattern. So efficient that our users are able to reduce their stress level by 20% within 3 minutes of using the app. This is about 10 times faster than medications or yoga and meditation. So 80% of our users are significantly reducing their stress within days of using the app. 30,000 users on the beta program were reporting that, and we based all the statistics based on that beta program. We won multiple awards for the program, including some nice citations at Forbes and others. And a bit on the clinical trials. So we ran 2 clinical trials. One of them was accurately...
Hello everyone, my name's Chris Drake. I'm the founder of CryptoPhoto. I've got 35 years background in cybersecurity. I was doing game copy protection at school back in 1982, and then lots of hacking at university in the late 80s. But in the early 90s, I realized it's harder and more interesting to stop hackers than to be one, so I decided to build security products. Since then, I've coded ciphers for the Australian Air Force. I've spoken at hacker conferences and TEDx. I've worked at IBM in antivirus research and had multiple patents granted, including the world's #1 most cited security patent of all time. So I've come from Australia to here, the cybersecurity capital of the world, to show that Israel doesn't own the monopoly on security smartasses. We have, on average today, 100 passwords each, but passwords totally do not work. They're far too easy to guess, steal, scam, or bypass. Every one of our passwords is supposed to be unguessable gibberish, never written down or shared, and regularly changed. We're supposed to check browser padlocks and SSL certificates every time, and we're not allowed to fall for scams or click links in emails or open attachments. Everybody knows passwords don't work because we're being increasingly forced to use extra steps and second factors as well, which makes our logins even slower and harder, but it doesn't solve the problem. Extra steps do not protect anyone against scamming, stealing, malware or bypass anyway. So let me show you CryptoPhoto live. Or not. We provide ultra-high security authentication, which is fast, easy, and works for ordinary, everyday people. Our solution shows you a new random photo each time you log in. If you don't get that wrong. And your smartphone will automatically show you one too. Your job is to tap the matching photo to log in. And that was really fast and easy, right? So that photo tap changes everything. It's a security trick which forces you to perform mutual authentication in your brain. This stops you getting hacked, tricked, or scammed, and you don't even need to know how. This security is 2 full assurance levels stronger than 2-factor authentication, which puts us far ahead of our competitors. We're currently live in 380 websites with about 5,000 customers. We've got great early adoption in the cloud hosting and domain registrar market, proof of concept running in the world's 13th largest bank, and a signed agreement to integrate with a core banking provider who powers 280 banks across 80 countries. Our pricing starts at $1 per user per account, and there's 300 billion accounts on the internet. CryptoPhoto is built specifically to protect each and every one of you.
So my name is Elon. We are Skyx. Thank you very much for being here. This is agriculture spraying pilot. It's cool, but accuracy or working at night. And we have this driver, mountains, curves, access after heavy rain. And this is the last option. We don't really think that this is a good solution, right? So humans manually spray agriculture farmlands. And we think that this is simply wrong. And we are fixing that. To do that, we need to start with a vision about autonomous agriculture, where instead of this bigger machinery, we'll have a group of relatively small, smart, cheap robots doing the job. And OpEx-wise, instead of manual operation, we'll have technology. Simply put, you push a button, then a group of robots spray your farmlands. Let's get some sense about spraying as an industry. let's call it potato up approach. The numbers you see here is area being harvested for growing potatoes in few countries. It's in hectares. How much money we need to spray those potatoes? I'll let you do the math. $20 per 1 hectare, and we need to do it every 3 to 7 days. Very large numbers. And then there's this question about huge farmlands. What can be done? So there are 570 million farms worldwide. Only 2% of them are larger than 20 hectares. With the available robotics we already have, huge impact can be done for a huge market. Quick sense about our technology. So the starting point is this space coverage mainly used for aerial imaging, completely irrelevant for a group of spraying robots. This is, however, coming out from our algorithms. This is a case for coverage with obstacles, and here you can just see the difference in waypoints between spraying and imaging. Another key thing is swarm. This is software infrastructure, smart grid, basis for enabling a swarm. Swarm is not just about multiple robots doing things that humans cannot. It's about financials. One person, one robot, doesn't make sense, negative business case. However, with a swarm, we can achieve our goal, which is solution with 50% lower prices than the current benchmark. Another key thing is this. Totally new thing in precision agriculture, we call it hotspots. Again, it's not about a path that robots can walk but humans cannot. It's about new way to diversify the pesticides all along the farmland where it is needed. Last message about our customers, we have a B2B2B model. And one of the reasons we're here is because we do need additional funding to support our commercial development with our customers. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. I'm very excited to be here. So excited that I lost my voice. But without further ado, let's start. We're going to start with a quick guessing game. I am very demanding. If you're not fast enough, I'm going to leave. You have to be beautiful. And if everything was perfect, I'm going to give you my time or my money. Who am I and who are you? I just described the relationship between every given web visitor and every given website. So it looks like we have a problem because it's the year 2017 and our users are still sitting in front of slow websites and mobile apps waiting for them to load. And they really don't like waiting. And while the web was originally built for text, it has been completely taken over by images and videos. Hi, everyone. My name is Dana, and we are SandCage. And we have built a solution to solve this problem. SandCage is compressing images intelligently for a faster internet. And our processing engine is at the core of our new technology. We're here to reduce global web traffic, increase data center efficiency, and help companies scale faster. This picture is called The Earth Rising Above the Horizon of the Moon. It was taken in 1968 on the Apollo 11 mission, and since then it has been shared millions of times. For that reason, it needs to be as small as possible. We reduce image file size by up to 98%, and we don't lose visual quality in the process. Companies which only do compression don't produce results better than we do. Google does not produce better results than we do. We deliver your file back to you faster than any other solution, even when we do it in real time, even while compressing better than anyone else. And it doesn't matter if it was 100 files or 100 million files. But maybe you don't care about performance. Do you care about the price? Because SandCage is simply the cheapest solution out there. And even our competitors can increase their profit margin by making use of our engine. The combination between the price and the technology makes SandCage applicable to endless amount of industries, and it can be used as SaaS and as a licensed software. We are the team that made this a reality with 2 software engineers from Oxford University and 1 proud Tau business alumni. We are the real Pied Piper. We are SandCage. Welcome to a faster internet.
Thank you.
I'm very honored to be here today. I'm Ido Be'eri, and I'd like to present to you our game Yahoo. Yahoo is a game of logic, strategy, and intuition. Let's start with a bit of history. 4 years ago, we took a checkers board, cut some pieces of paper, picked up some rocks, and some miniature dollar scissors, and decided to make it into a game. We didn't know exactly how it would go at first, but soon enough we found out just the right rules, and it was perfect. We named this game Yaru, after the Hebrew name of the game, rock, paper, scissors, Even Yaru Misparayim. What makes Yaru special? Every person on this planet knows the ancient game of rock, paper, scissors, and the classic checkers board. In Yaru, they team up, and it's a delight. Yaru's specialty is its ever-going, never-slowing flow, which raises it above other games of the classic strategy genre in terms of allure. Yaru manages to achieve a flow that prevents frustration without taking away any of the challenge. After investigating our options, we came to the conclusion Yaru would be perfect as an app for smartphones and tablets. We now have an app that looks great, works great, and has everything. A sophisticated AI engine for one-player mode, an online mode for 2 players, and the mode for 2 players on the same device, which works great for tablets. Alongside the standard option of integrating ads within the app, we've also come up with a business model specifically tailored for Yaru. We've had much fun making our own physical Yaru game sets, and so the app will have a do-it-yourself section where we will provide instructions on how to make your own physical game set. And for those who prefer to have an official physical game set, we will offer the option to buy one from us through the app, and we will ship it by mail. We will offer simple sets at lower prices and higher quality ones at higher rates. Yaru is a family project. This is Merav, my mother. Together we invented Yaru.
Hi, my name is Elissa from GreenQ. Thank you for having me again. Okay, so pretty much our goal at GreenQ is to save a lot of money for city municipalities and waste management by utilizing IoT systems to not only monitor, but to optimize the current waste management. It's something that we like to call IOG, or Internet of Garbage. So why is this our goal? Well, first of all, this is what we notice still today. It's outdated, it's inefficient, we lose a lot of money in waste management, and we think that the technology is out there to make this a better system, to make it data-driven. And here's a brief animation of our system. But let me take you a little bit further. We've noticed that garbage trucks go through the city on their route, usually bi-weekly, and they pick up every bin in sight. And they're picking up usually half-empty bins on the case. And we've also noticed that in the US alone, a total income of $23 billion is lost, and we see this as a great business opportunity. So what did we do? We did a little bit of R&D. We looked at the bins and the trucks, and we noticed, okay, the bins, they're not cost effective, they damage easily, they have a short lifespan, and there's thousands more of them. And we said, okay, the trucks is a really good idea. So we decided to create a proprietary system that goes on the back of the truck, and it actually measures the volume of the weight of the bin as it goes along its route, and also the time and pickup location, and all of that data is sent in real time to the end user. And what we do is we analyze that data within about 4 months, and we try to optimize the system. And all of the data is sent to the end user on multiple platforms. So obviously this has already worked. We have gained 53% in savings in collection OPEX, as well as reducing greenhouse gas emissions and making commuter life a lot more easier because there are less trucks. So as I mentioned, our main competitors are Smart Bin. Technology-wise, they're the main competitor, but the bin is not the right way to go, so we think we're better, of course. And thus far, since we were founded in 2015, we already have 5 major paying customers, as well as the biggest partnerships with telecom enterprises in Israel as well as the world. So my team, years of experience, most of them years of experience with IoT, software, and hardware projects. Of course, I'm not up there, so we're really growing.
Shalom everyone, my name is Dror Tamir. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Hargol Foodtech, the world's first commercial grasshopper farmer. I'm a serial entrepreneur for food and nutrition with a successful exit under my belt. We all know that the global demand for protein is expected to double by 2050. And we also know that existing protein sources have their limitations. Meat is harmful to the environment, while plant-based protein requires heavy processing. So we all understand that the demand for alternative protein will skyrocket over the coming years. But these new sources also have their limitations. For example, algae suffer from distinctive taste, while cultured meat is years away from becoming commercially viable. Insects have been attracting a lot of attention, in particular crickets, but they too have their own set of problems, as they do not fit intensive farming. They live as individuals and die at high density. So the real solution is grasshoppers. They provide a whopping 72% protein, all essential amino acids, no saturated fat, and no cholesterol. They are a wonder product for the ingredient industry. And they are also neutral in taste and flavor, making them a perfect ingredient. And most importantly, grasshoppers' tendency to swarm make them best suited for intensive farming. At Hargol, we invented a phenomenal way to grow grasshoppers. We farm them year-round when others can only do it seasonally. We reduced the eggs hatching period from 40 weeks to 2 weeks, increasing the number of life cycles from 1 to 10. And the cage we developed for vertical farming enables to grow 10 times more biomass per square foot while maintaining well-ventilized and sanitized environment. In 2016, Hargol established world's first commercial grasshopper farm here in Israel, and in 30 days we'll be shipping first orders of grasshopper protein to US food manufacturers. The market opportunity is huge. 4 years ago, it was zero. Today, it is a $1 million business, and in 5 years' time, it is a $1 billion market. Let me introduce you to the team that cracked the grasshopper code. We are combining over 30 years of experience in growing, breeding, and eating a wide variety of insects. We just closed a round of funding to expand our production capacity by 5 times, and we are starting to ship orders to food manufacturers in the US and Europe. If you're hungry for more and you want to take a bite from the future, come talk to me later. Thank you.
Does it taste like chicken?
No.
And now, I would like to invite Amir Elichai, Reporty, CEO and founder, last year champion, to the stage to tell us all about Reporty and their roadmap since last year.
Can I use it? Hey all, it's a pleasure to be here tonight as the winners of last year. I would like personally to thank Dan, Elena, and Ohad for inviting us to be here tonight and to share with you some of our processes in the last year. Since the last contest, we grew up in terms of human resource from 15 people to more than 40 people. We raised another $6.65 million. We established our US office, and we are operating not only in Israel, in more than 30 countries worldwide. As in every startup, it all starts from a need. 3.5 years ago, I've been robbed in Tel Aviv Beach. When I tried to call the police, the dispatcher started to ask me for my name, where am I, and what I'm seeing. Hey, Moti. As in every person in crisis, I tried to deliver the information. I felt that it is a huge gap between the existing technologies that we have in our hand and what's existing when you're trying to call to those essential services. And I asked myself, how come that still in the 21st century, I need to supply so much information for the dispatcher in order to get a response? How come that when I'm calling Uber or I'm ordering pizza, I'm getting the right, what I just ordered to my apartment, and when I'm calling to those essential services, I need to supply so much information for the dispatcher in order to get response. As for some information and some facts, every minute all around the world, there are millions of calls that are being made to different dispatch centers. While average duration of call is between 2 to 3.5 minutes, and the reason is the dispatcher is trying to understand whether or not the person is speaking the truth, what's going on in the arena, and if they need to send some forces to help to this person. But even with this long duration, the amount of false report is between 30 to 35%. It's because of the fact that the information that is delivered to those dispatch centers is not accurate enough. According to the Find Me 911 in the United States, 10,000 people are dying every year because of the fact that the authorities cannot find them in case of emergency. Another problem that they are working in a FIFO method, first in, first out, with no ability to prioritize between calls. If we will take a look at the statistics from NYPD, we will understand that the time to dispatch until they are getting the decision is something between 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, until they are getting enough information to make a decision if they need to react yes or no. If we will take those 3 examples from last year from Nice, we'll be able to understand that there is one thing in common. There is a lot of people in the scene try to deliver information for the dispatcher with no luck. We want to give the power to the crowd. We want to give the amazing technology that we developed to every citizen that is sitting in this crowd and to people all over the world. We created a full ecosystem that brings the events from the field to the dispatch center with the state-of-the-art technologies, with a full ecosystem that we developed that combined user applications, full infrastructure, including all the operating system on the other side. So what do we have? We have a mobile app that is now existing in more than 160 countries worldwide that gives any user the ability to click one button and to stream real-time streaming video encrypted peer-to-peer, including exact location, even in the indoor space, including voice or through the TDM or through the IP channel, with the chat abilities and also the ability to deliver information according to your medical personal situation. In addition to that, we have a patented technology that's called C2I that gives the dispatcher the ability to see waiting calls at the first time in the human history and to prioritize call according to the severity of the event. I was with Prime Minister Barak, one of our investors, in the Paris attack last year. We talked with the commissioners and with the mayor of Paris, who told us that it took them almost 40 minutes to arrive to the Bataclan and to give a response because of the fact that they could not understand what's going on in this event. They thought at the beginning that it's going to be a negotiation process and not a mass killing event, and it took them, again, 40 minutes to arrive to the scene because of lack of information. With that kind of ability, they had the ability to understand what's going on, to see in real time what's happening in the theater, and the reaction was totally different. In addition to that, we have a map that you can see and manage all the things that are happening in your city. You can send mass push notification, you can see drop calls, and you can manage the event in a smarter way. We have a call-taking platform to give the call taker the ability to manage the event. We have a CRM to store all the information and to give prediction for the city to be planned for the next event next year. And we also have a full set of APIs to be able to integrate to any existing solution seamlessly without any efforts from their side. What you can see here is it's a real screenshot from the Israeli National EMS from MADA that we did a full integration. It's operating with 15 cities in Israel and also with MADA and nationwide. The app and it's just small things from what we are doing. We have a full ecosystem to support real-time emergency communication, to support 5 nines SLA. So we have a full ecosystem to support real-time emergency communication platform that we installed globally. We have a very sophisticated indoor positioning solution to be able to identify where person is, even when he's calling from his apartment, and to deliver exact location with a human understandable language to the dispatch center in real time. We have a routing intelligent platform that's optimized the way that the person is communicating with the dispatch center. MADA is the first national emergency first responders that have the ability to get information from citizens through the IP channel. We are working with NYPD, Washington, D.C., Police Department, Paris, Philippines, Singapore, and other places worldwide. Israel is the first country that have the ability for users to be able to communicate through the IP channel through our solutions. We believe that if you are not using something in your daily life, you won't use it in case of emergency. So for that reason, we created a full set of social features to be able to give our users the ability to remember to use our solution, not only in crisis situation. So we have different features, and you all can test it, and it's working, it's in live. For example, you can create unlimited amount of people that can protect you in case of emergency. So once you are reporting, they will get the information as well. We have the ability that you can track your children when they are coming back from home, so you can see where they are, and if something is happening, it will alert you, and also the first responders. We have a live map that you can see in the first time what's happening around you. If someone is reporting to the police, to the medical, to the fire department, so you will be able to know about yourself, and also for your loved ones if something is happening around them. This is something that is very interesting to show. We launched our solution in Rehovot. We are working also not only in emergency services, but also for reporting through the 106 in Israel, to the Rashut HaMekomit. So you can see, 1 month after we launched our solution in Rehovot, we got something like 6,540 reports from our solution to different entities. But the nice stat is to see that we cut the dispatch understanding time before they are getting the decision from 2.5 minutes to less than 1 minute and 10 seconds. In terms of saving life, it's something which is very impressive. Thank you very much. This is what happened last Passover. So you can see this is a screenshot from the app. Again, you all can see it. That's what happened last Passover. People are traveling all over the country to the parks, north and south. So you can see in real time the amount of reports. You can really understand what's going on around you, especially when getting to new countries, and you can understand what's happening. What's next? We are extending. We created an SDK for that we will bring to telcos. A very familiar question that we are hearing when we are selling our solution to mayors or to ministers around the world, how we will convince people to download the app. Yes? So one of the solutions for that is to implement our technologies as part of the ROM of the devices. So if you are calling 911 seamlessly without having an application on your phone, it will deliver on the information transparent to the user. It will deliver voice, video, exact location. And we are talking now with all the telco providers worldwide, with the top decision makers, and it's going to happen. In addition to that, we have an SDK for third-party applications. So if you have an application for kids and you want to have a button that belongs to reporting, to deliver information to the emergency services if something is happening, so you can communicating with us and we can give you that solution. And we are talking with all the big applications worldwide to be able to implement our button as part of their solution. We are going to IoT. We want to extend our offering not only for applications, so we are bringing it to car. I don't know if you're familiar with the eCall initiative in Europe, that every car needs to be able to communicate through the emergency services manually or automatically. So we are integrating with the eCall initiative in Europe and in the United States. We are going to wearable devices where we will implement our solution in bracelet, watches, and more. And we are getting into the safe home. We're all familiar with Alexa and with Nest. So think about the fact that you will be able to back to your home and say, Alexa, please call 911. In these days, if you are trying to say, Alexa, call 911, it will tell you, I'm not supporting this service. With our solution, it will deliver all the information seamlessly again with a voice recognition. We have a great team that's supporting us worldwide. We have investors from the United States, from Europe, from Asia, including Ehud Barak. We have a former Secretary of Homeland Security, Michael Chertoff, Robert Kraft, who is one of the most leading investors in the United States. We have great experts, and we're working with the industry that are working with 112, 911. They are not all up here. And we have great founders, including Lital, that she's here with me, who won and represented us last year. Thank you very much for being here and help us to...
So now this is the moment we've all been waiting for, the winner announcement. To present our audience a judge's favorite award for 6 months at Spaces, I would like to invite Mrs. Naomi Greenberg. The judge's award goes to Anoto. Okay, and the audience award goes to Data Loop. To present our award for the 5th place, 3 months at Startau, open space, I would like to invite Mr. Ariel Sela.
No Warren Beatty minute here. And the winner is Ecofusion.
To present our award for the 4th place, 3 months at Merkspace, Workspace, and tickets to Startup Grind London Conference, I would like to invite Mr. Shachar Motorin and Mr. Omri Cohen.
And the winner is... And the winner is...
Green Cube.
To present our award for the 3rd place, 6 months at Lighthouse, Workspace and a Hub, I would like to invite Mr. Amos Telmo.
Very nice. And the winner is Fly Money.
To present our award to the runner-up, acceptance to the Plug and Play Accelerator in the Silicon Valley, I would like to invite Mr. Moti Pe'er.
And the winner is Senkage.
This is the moment, the real moment that we've been waiting for. So, to present the award to our winner, flight ticket to the Silicon Valley, acceptance to the Plug and Play Accelerator, and $10,000 in professional services, I would like to invite Mr. Ofer Charouvi from Israel Aerospace Industries and Miss Anat Carmel from Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
So the winner is...
Argot Food Tech. And it's kosher. Congratulations to all the winners. I would like to thank you all for coming tonight and see you next year.